First of all, let's talk with you really quick. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Have you talked to any coaches around the country yet about what happened at the game?
No, I haven't talked to many people about it. Just people who've been close to me.
Okay.
Do you feel it's progressing? Are you feeling better kind of day by day at this point?
Yeah, at this point I'm just getting better every day.
Yeah.
What are you able to do?
Not able really to do anything till Wednesday or Thursday. I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna get on the bike a little bit, and then when some of the pain out of my shoulders leaves with the nerves, I'll be able to shoot and be able to do some non-contact stuff hopefully.
So right now you're just on a bike?
Right now I'm just resting for a couple days.
Mm-hmm. Have you had an opportunity to look at the video yet?
Yeah, I had a chance to look at it.
You know how lucky you are.
Yeah, I feel very blessed to be able to be walking right now. Yep.
Coach, big game coming up on Saturday with Gonzaga. Obviously a very good school, number 8. Leading scorer sitting right here. Any plan, because you won't be able to play this game?
I haven't even thought about it.
Haven't thought
Play
about
Richmond tomorrow night.
One game at a time, right?
Absolutely, and Richmond is plenty good, and as the freshman of the year in the A10 back, 3 guards that as good a 3-guard tandem as we played. We got our hands full tomorrow night, so we'll worry about Saturday when it comes.
Coach, is it kind of refreshing that the injury situation is completely out of your hands, isn't it? Like you just go on what the trainers tell you and the doctors tell you?
Yeah, I don't have any say in it.
Other
than you know, just making sure that I'm encouraging as I can be to him, and you know, one of the things that he's really going to have to do over the next few days is just be as good of a teammate as he can be, because it's going to be frustrating and disappointing not be able to play, especially for a 5th-year senior. But you know, I think that obviously he'll do that, and it won't be as fun as playing, but it will be really important to our success.
Rodney, what did the spine specialist kind of tell you to expect in terms of soreness, and when it sounds like you've got all feeling back that you're supposed to have, but how did he kind of explain to you things might progress?
Yeah, I feel normal. I just got some soreness, my shoulders, and my neck's a little stiff. But he just said that I'm out for this week, and that I can progressively do things like Wednesday or Thursday. I'm gonna get on a bike. Hopefully, I'll be able to shoot a little bit on Wednesday or Thursday, and just go from there. They're gonna reevaluate me after this week.
You never had to miss games due to injury?
Not that I can remember, huh?
Rod, everybody talks about what a gym rat you are. Do you have any trouble kind of keeping this in perspective and knowing that you need to stay off the floor?
Yeah, it's tough. I think that's one of the hardest things for me, is because I don't have much else to do other than get in the gym. But I'm just doing the best I can. I'm gonna listen to our trainers, our coaches, and our doctors. So I just gotta know that that's they have my best interest at hand, and they want what's best for me.
Coach, with the headaches, did they look at concussions? Did they talk to you about that at all?
They take care of all that stuff. So they check every box.
Coach, do you have a plan on how to divvy up his minutes? A lot of minutes on the floor that he leaves.
Yeah, I mean, you got 35 minutes or so. You sometimes 40 minutes, but sometimes 43 minutes. But we've got plenty of guys that we divvied it up to the other day. I think it'll be fairly similar. I do think that you'll probably see guys that you're used to and guys that you may not be as used to. But we're going to have to be really good, and we're going to have to be really good deep into our bench, as you always have to be. And that's the whole thing about it. For me, Tom asked, it's kind of out of my hands. And what we do from a basketball standpoint is the old next man up. You prepare for your time. You're in the gym every day for a reason. And Rotnei's made a bunch of big plays for us, and we've he's helped us win a ton of games, and now it's somebody else's turn to help him win a game or two.
Will Andy Smithers be one of those guys?
I can anticipate Andy playing some, absolutely. I don't know if I don't know. I can't predict minutes. I can't predict matchups. I can't predict some of that stuff. Can't predict position really. But Andy Smithers will definitely. He got a little bit of time at St. Joe, and we were shooting so well at Dayton. Certainly, he was probably next in line along with Devontae, and so any of those guys could and should be ready to play.
Brad, do you intend to start Chase and bring Kellen off the bench, or do you think Kellen will start?
Haven't decided that yet. We'll figure that out by 2 o'clock tomorrow when we shoot around.
Coach, how do you think teams will kind of adjust their defense with him being out?
Well, I think, I don't know how much they'll really adjust it. That's up to them. I mean, we're in the middle of January now. Teams play the way they play. Now, certainly, they'll either say, ratchet it up from a extended defense standpoint or pack it back. They could say some of that type of stuff, but you're going to be who you are at this time of the year. You might make small tweaks and small changes, which I do expect from some teams, but I don't know that it's necessarily predictable. And I also know that, if you talk about guys like Chase, you talk about guys like Kellen, every head coach that we're playing against respects those guys a great deal too, and their ability to stretch the floor and everything else. And so I would assume that we probably will see some small tweaks, but nothing major, and certainly nothing out of the norm of what teams are usually doing.
Coach, if you were on the flip side of this, how do you think this foul could have been avoided?
How do I think this foul could have been avoided?
Yeah.
Well, it was obviously a hard foul, but, I've looked at it. I think Rotnei could better answer this. I've seen harder fouls, but it was a hard foul. But I think the bigger question is, at what point are we going to start talking about the backstops being so close to the floor? I mean, that's the bigger question, and I don't know that there's an exact answer, but, we saw one of our scarier moments in college basketball in a long time on Saturday, and, when it involves the guy that's on your team, it especially pulls and tugs at you, and I think that would be the next thing that I'd talk about. I thought the foul probably happens a couple times each game, but the backstop, that was kind of a freak occurrence that it was right there. I don't know. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, what do you think?
Definitely. Yeah, I didn't think that it was necessarily a dirty play. I didn't think that. It was just a hard foul, and he just didn't want to make it an easy shot for me. That's understandable. That's part of the game. So, but yeah, I think that's a good point. Talking about how close the backstops are to the floor.
Have you heard from Darren Becker by chance, Ron?
No, I haven't.
What was your thought? What was going through your head during that time?
As I got hit, I didn't have much going through my head. Just rolled over, and whatever happened. I had tingling coming down from my neck down to my legs, and slowly got my feeling back. So I was just, I was trying my hardest to not think negatively at that point, just because of there's a lot of things that go through your mind. But I just tried to stay as positive as I could. Yeah.
Rodney, you like playing in every game, but you actually did visit Gonzaga, and did you actually end up going fishing with Coach Hughes during the recruiting visits?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
What was that visit like? I mean, it sounded like you really enjoyed the coach and the campus and everything about Gonzaga.
Yeah, it was my first official. I do remember we went on a fishing trip. It's a long time ago, but it was a good visit. I had a lot of fun.
I'll ask one more about Rotnei.
Yeah.
From a perspective standpoint, we know how much of a competitor he is. For you, do you force perspective? Do you let perspective come to him? How do you handle a hyper-competitive guy in this sort of?
No, he's going to. The perspective's been forced onto him. What we can do is encourage, be there if he needs us, and that's it. And I think that our team has done a great job of that. I think Rotnei is this experience, and I'm speaking for him, but has been a real positive one from the relational standpoint, and that's the most that we can do is just be a good teammate and friend to him at this time, and we'll get him healthy. And you know what? If it never got healthy, then that's okay too. We'll still be in the same boat. So with what he talked about was most important. I don't anticipate that, and I don't think he does either. And I think it would probably drive him crazy. But we'll see how the time goes.